Alright, we gotta see if we can catch it. Go! Bam, bam! Oh, that was so cool. Are you dead already? Is the axe dead already? Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. Come here, you. You're dead already! Holy crap! What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome back to Ryotcraft Infinity. We're here, we're doing things, and we're gonna go back to our hungry node. Now, we do have an issue over here, but first, let's check it out. Let's see our little hungry node situation over here. We got a few hundred in each, but it's a little odd. You see Terra and Aqua there have 400, while the others have like 200, Ordo's 300. So it's a little bit inconsistent, and it's not exact. And that's okay. I mean, that's to be expected because crafting tables, it's not an exact science about, you know, what aspects it gives you. It is possible that it breaks down into all of them, but you never know which one, and it's pretty much random. Now, anyway, our problem is actually these item cannons here. If we take a look, you see the redstone, it goes left and then right. We're looking at the far ends. Don't worry about these guys right here. We're looking at the far ends. See how it goes left and then right? Well, these guys will still, sometimes they'll shoot at the same time, which doesn't make any sense. That's how it kind of happens more often than not. They shoot simultaneously. And there's only the left. You kind of get it. It's a little inconsistent. It's something with open blocks programming, and I'm not going to get into it because that would make a very long-winded explanation, which I really need to stop doing. I'm a little bit wordy sometimes. I'm going to work on that just to streamline things. Got a few tips about that in the past. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to fix this, but we're not going to worry about trying to make it a chain reaction like pow, 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 all the way in a circle. We're going to have each side automatically shoot at the same time. What we need to do, get you and you. Now, we could also switch to something else as well. You know, like we could go to like the open crate, or the item dropper, I believe, is actually something that's very handy. But we're not going to worry too much about the whole organization, synchronization of things. We're just going to break all this stuff down and make them all shoot like 2, 2, 2, and 2 as it goes around in a circle, because it's still not really going to mess anything up. It's still going to get all the crafting tables because they're not going to meet up. They don't meet up ever. The one on the right shoots towards the right, and the one on the left shoots towards the left. So it's kind of, it should still work out okay. But anyway, I'm just going to clean this up, and then we're going to get on to the next thing we're going to do today. Okay. As much as I love this setup, we are currently wasting supplies. You see how they're all swirling around like that? I'm pretty sure that's related to the whole gravity thing that the hungry node has going on. How it's kind of pulling, they end up circling around, which means a lot of those crafting tables are stacking together before they're being eaten by the hungry node, which is very, very unfortunate. It means this setup isn't going to work because the item cannons, they're putting too much velocity on the items. It's just, it's ridiculous that it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't eat them immediately, so it's a problem. But what we have here is this guy, which I believe will solve the issue. Now, what we are going to do, first of all, is we're going to build a little thingy around here. And we're going to use this guy to help our situation out. And the other thing about these guys is that even with all this, it's still not spitting the items out fast enough. I mean, you guys are all telling me about the hungry nodes and how crazy they are and how many items you need to send out and all this good stuff. But if we go to our tree farm, which should, you know, it's right here. You should be able to see it, but you can't because it's not loading in, and I don't know why. Neither is half of this guy. Game. Hello? This is a little weird. This is kind of, I think I'm kicked or something. I don't know. This is really, really, really not good. But you guys are telling me that my tree farm needs to be a lot better. But even with that, we still have a huge amount of spruce, right? Even with that tiny little thing, we still have 56,000 wood. Like, we are gaining wood like mad, like no other. And you guys are all telling me that it's not big enough. So that means there's something else going on. Not to mention we have a whole lot of crafting tables. There's like 9,000, almost 10,000 crafting tables in my system, so we need to use those as well. Now what we're going to do is actually, I don't know if we can actually do what I want to do. I don't think the Tesseract will send the items directly. I think we're going to have to use an item transfer thingamajig or something. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook that up really quick with an item transfer something something. Where are you? I thought I had some in that bag. I guess I didn't. Item, give me, go. Be a thing. Check. Fall off the edge for a second so I can reach the underside of it. Oop, too far. There we go. Perfect. I did it. Extract, always active, but we don't want it always active. We need to make sure we set this thing first. We want you to be crafting tables, set frequency here, and we need you for items, energy, nothing. Okay, receiving none, sending none, that's what we want. Item mode, receiving items, check. And then you can be always active, check. And you can be insert, and you should be getting crafting tables. Perfect. Now, what we want to do is basically, we have our timer. Why are you a pointer? Did I not? I made the pointer, not the timer. I need the I need the timer. The pointer is a thing that I needed for the timer. This is a thing that I did need. Let me get the timer, because I don't have one at all, do I? I do not. So let's make the timer. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so we'll go back to our setup over here. This is the other thing that you guys are telling me to do to make this pretty good. Here's an out. So we should be able to hook one of these guys up right here. Bam. And it's dropped one. Now, we want this interval to be... There it goes. That's quite a bit of crafting tables there that should be dropped directly into this guy, and they should all be sucked up. I don't believe those guys are stacking. I'm pretty sure they are getting eaten pretty much as soon as they get in here. So what we want to do is if we go right here and break this guy, we're going to see what happens here in just a little bit. All right, and here's the new setup. It's dropping crafting tables like mad. We're down. This guy's going crazy. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, it's going. I had to replace the setup because the items cannons, they just didn't work right. They didn't work how I wanted them to. So we went ahead with the tried and true method of just using an item dropper and making it tick really fast. You're going super speed, man. So we're good to go there. And what we got to do now is look at our tree farm, which is still going, right? It's not a big deal. It's still doing what it needs to do. Are you going to replant? I need to make sure you got enough stuff in here because I changed up the things in here. Yeah, you're good, man. You're totally good. What I had to do was actually remove the filter off of this guy. So the saplings are going to go in here as well, but in order to keep the planter full, I increased the priority of this one so that only the spruce saplings can get through, but this is the highest priority. So basically, the items that the harvester is picking up is going along here, bouncing off if they're not spruce, and then going into the system. And that is what we want just to make sure these guys stay full, because we need to be sure that we're keeping all of our spruce trees good to go. Now, what we're going to do next is actually a different type of farm. All right, we got 2 seconds. Hold on. Right, and yes. Okay, sorry about that. Now, Tatsaran gave an idea, and I appreciate it because I had no idea that this thing existed. There's something called a farming station from EnderIO. Now, I love EnderIO, all right? I use their transfer pipes and stuff and all that crazy stuff. I use a lot of EnderIO things. It's a good mod. I really, really like the mod. And the fact that they have a farming station is actually really, really cool. Now, what it does is it plants and harvests the stuff. So MFR, it's already a little bit better than MFR because I can do the same thing in just 2 blocks. Or I can do the same thing in 1 block that the MFR requires 2 for. And what we can do is try to make some kind of a setup with this guy. Now, the farming station, I don't know how easy it is to make. I think it's a little bit complicated because we need one of the Z-Logic controllers. And we have to continue and make sure we have an iron axe in the farming station at all times. So in that regard, it's not as good as MFR because MFR doesn't require the tools. But I think we can figure out a way to make it work. So what we're going to do is we're going to build, we already have our MFR farm set up. It may not be as fast, it may not be as great, but we're going to test it. We're going to see, right? So let me go ahead and set something up with this new little farming station thing, and I'll bring you back here in just a second. Okay, so I've been working out a little bit about how to do this kind of thing. I have made this guy. I went ahead and made him. He is starting to get the saplings. For whatever reason, we don't have the power. This is one thing we got to look at. The other thing is that I've set a way up to automate the axe creation, but that is a little bit wonky. We're going to take a look at all that stuff here in a second. The first thing I actually want to deal with is that axe issue, though. So what we have, let me explain what I've got going on over here. I have taken a line, an item conduit line, all the way over here. This is to get the saplings. And inside this guy right up here, like you just saw, I do have a filter with the saplings and the diamond axes. And the axes are coming from this guy in the axis thing. The power's coming from here. Oh, that's why you're not working, because we need the power out. Derp. Okay, so you're not accurate. I thought you were, but you're not. Energy mode, receive only. All right, got it. So that should be powering this guy up now. That should solve that power issue. You say no seeds. There it goes. Yep, there's the lines right there. And we are getting plenty of power. No issues there. We should slowly start to get the saplings back. And I believe once these guys start to make this stuff, once they start to grow and it starts to chop them all down, we should be good to go. To get more, because when it chops it down, it should populate this before it starts spitting them out to here. Now we got to take care of the axe situation. What I have set up is like I was saying, an automated way to do it. And you see it's kind of cycling around. Let me show you what's going on, because I actually do know the issue. I think I can figure out how to fix it. I think I can. I think I can. So that's what we have. What we have in here is an export bus with the diamond axes, and this is going into that axis channel that you saw on the other side that's going directly into it, right? So this is going to, with a crafting card inside, so it's going to craft the axes when you use stocked items or craft items while exporting, and it will craft it. So what is happening is when this goes, where are you? Over here, right? Yeah. So it's coming in from here. And since this guy right here cannot take another diamond axe, we have an unfiltered tesseract that is putting things back into our system. So before they get all the way back into our system, for that crafting card to take our stocked items, like you saw over there, it says take it stocked items or craft while exporting. Before it's registered back into the system, it tries to export another one because there is a path for it to take. And what we want to do, I think, since I actually have some saplings, what I'm going to do is actually break this. That should actually stop that chain. I believe it will. I believe it will stop the whole crafting and sending thing now. If we go to axe, it should remain steady. It shouldn't continue on anymore. And like I said, now that this guy has some saplings, it should be good to go. It must have chopped something. Did you chop something? I'm not sure. All right, here. How about let's do this. How many? We currently don't have any. We have about that much. You see in there, that's about how many saplings we have at the moment. If we go and bone meal these things manually, bone meal. We don't need that much bone meal. I'm not sure why I grabbed that much. Go and be a thing. Be a big thing. Be a big thing. Be a big. What? Really? Whoa. Hey. Hey. Hey, there you go. Okay, that one worked. This one did not. I don't know why this one didn't. It was weird. There's another one. Okay, so now you guys should be getting chopped down, I believe. How fast do you get chopped down? And how long does it take for you to be registered? Because we do have... Oh, whoa, that was quick. That was so fast. All right, so I'm not sure how many saplings we have now. Doesn't look like we have a whole lot. Actually, it doesn't look like we did any extra saplings here. That should have... See, that worries me. It really does. We didn't get any saplings from that. Unless they were planted immediately? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. How about we do something like this and actually give this guy some bone meal? Maybe it will auto bone meal these things or something for us. And it should like poof. It should poof for sure. See, there's a lot of leaves on that guy. This should actually go pretty quick. Oh, look, it's bone mealing things as it goes. Poof! I like how it does that. That's pretty cool. I love EnderIO. Yeah, okay, so it is storing its own saplings. It is increasing, so that is wonderful. All right, good. Okay, so we solved that issue as well. Let's make sure our axe situation isn't... Yeah, still at 7. We still have this guy. And we still have that guy. All right, so we should be good to go there. Now what we need to deal with... Yeah, see the diamond axe here. And so what is going to happen is now that we have the 7... I mean, we're going to go through 7 diamond axes pretty quick, I imagine. As well as all the bone meal that it's randomly using, which we may eventually pump into, but there's another idea for plant growth that we can play with as well, but we'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, so now that these guys are growing, yep, do you see those? Don't give me saplings. Don't do that. We don't want to do that. Why did you give me the things? Why did you not get sucked up? You should, oh, because there's not enough room. We need to get these guys out of here so it can actually do what it needs to do. Anyway, you see that it is populating it back up, which is absolutely wonderful. All right, so if we put this, no. Oh, whew. Why does it do that sometimes? It really bugs me how it does that. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this stuff back. We don't need to worry about that just yet. Okay, so we have that done, but once this runs out, one of our 7 or 8 axes will pop back in here, and eventually we're not going to have enough, so it will auto-craft one and then pop it back in. And that is, that's that deal. Pretty much situated. That's good to go. Now what we need to do is actually find a way to take the items that are coming from here and send them back to our system. But if we do that, we're going to have the same axe situation. We can actually solve that by blacklisting. We can blacklist the axes, I believe. All right, so if we do... Give me another tesseract. Give me you. And what we want to do first is this. Let's set this guy up first. Energy we don't need. We can disable that. You are insert only. And give me a filter. I'll take you. Then we can go into here, take you guys out and blacklist you. And then we need to get an axe, which we can actually do pretty easily because we already have a few. Let's go ahead and blacklist the axe, just like so. Then we can put the axe back into our system. And if we go into this, we need to do, which one was it? Ore processing. Yes. Ore processing, set frequency, and then send item mode, send only. And turn you off and you off. And that should, in theory, let us get everything that we need out of this guy. This should auto export everything, although it doesn't appear that it is. Oh, because it's insert only. All right, hold on. No. We got this. If we do insert in and out, then extract will be always active. That should do what we need it to. I don't believe you can extract automatically from these guys. No, you cannot. Yeah, I think that'll work out pretty well. I think that'll do pretty well. Now what we want to try to do is figure out exactly how to grow these guys. And I've been looking that up as well. I got another comment, who I will name here in a little bit, about there's a flower. There's a functional flora that is actually relatively new, I believe. Where are you? I know I saw you in here. It might not be new, but I feel like it is just because I don't know what it is. And I'm pretty good at botania usually. But anyway, the slow growth of crops is always a problem to feed the masses. The agricarnation is a flower that turns mana into a type of natural fertilizer, causing nearby plant life to grow at a faster rate. Now, not only does it do that, I believe it stacks with other flowers. That's a pretty big tree. Not too many leaves, but that's a pretty big tree. But I believe it will stack. So if we can actually find a way to populate a large amount of these guys, then it will be pretty cool. Does it say how big of this is nearby plant life? I don't know how big of a range that is. I'm not sure if that's what we want to do or not. You do see it is working, though. We are going to end up getting a bunch more stuff. Wow, this thing uses a lot of power, apparently. That's kind of ridiculous. Look at that. It's having trouble keeping up, man. That's pretty nuts. That's kind of nuts. Anyway, so we are working on this. We want to find a way to make it grow faster. The sprinkler's not going to cut it because what you see here is the biggest range for a sprinkler, which is why this farm hasn't expanded. It hasn't grown yet. It might in the future. This guy has the octatic capacitor, which upgrades it to a 15 by 15, which is why it's so much bigger. It does also have the bone meal slots. We can use that, but I think we want to use something else as well. I'm not sure what I want to do with this. Let me see if I can figure out some of the plant growing mechanics of things, and I'll bring it back here in a little bit. We may not even worry about it because it is going pretty quick. Alright, so the agricarnation, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is actually recommended by the same person. He had like a 1, 2, 3 type deal. The first thing was the whole farming station. The second thing was the agricarnation. And the third is something about a Steve's Factory Manager farm, which sounds like a very interesting idea. I'm just not sure how well it would work. Don't crash the game. These two trees are like blended together, and that does kind of worry me a little bit. It looks like this guy is getting it. Oh, poof. Oh, that was so cool. This one got all of that. That was amazing. They were all touching, so it saw it as one big tree. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool little thing. Anyway, but the agricarnation only has a 5-block range, which means in order to make it work, we would have to have one in like this corner, this over, one here, one here, one here, one here, which is entirely possible, and that still may not get all of them. But it's actually going fairly fast as it is, and we are out of bone meal. Now, what we can do, I believe, I has an idea, peeps. I has an idea. All right, so we can do bone meal, right? That's not how you spell bone, man. Xogue, get it together, Xogue. We have the crafting recipe, as you see here, for bone meal, which is good. So what that means is if we grab out a little... Oh, all right, Xogue, you got to learn how to spell bone, man. Bone. It's not that difficult of concept. If we do a capacity card, and then let's go ahead and get acceleration cards too. That's not how you spell acceleration. Then you get 2 of those. Now, if we go down over here, where we have our other crafting export bus thingamajig over here, this guy right here, this will craft... let me do something else first. Okay, before we even start this, we don't want to craft a huge amount of this stuff. Although, I don't think it would really cause any problems. Where are you, farming station? I can't see you. There you are. Let's do... Oh, wait. No. We got to go underneath. Woohoo! All right, so if we go back into this guy, first of all, we want to go ahead and blacklist the bone meal too, just so we don't have an endless cycle of bone meal coming in and like cycling around forever. We're going to go ahead and do that, and that way it won't even try to go in because there's no out if there is no room left in the farming station. Getting a little bit of frame lag here. I apologize for that. But if we go in here, you see the crafting card. Now we have the capacity card and a couple of acceleration cards. And if we put this guy in here, now what it will do is it will export bone meal, anything from our system first, and if it runs out, it will auto-craft it and then send it over here. So now we should see our farming station start loading up with bone meal, and it shouldn't ever run out. It really shouldn't. We have plenty of bones, peeps. We got plenty of bones. It should populate in here, I'm thinking. It really should. Yeah, see, that is blue, and I'm not sure why it wouldn't send it there. Oh, you don't have a filter on, do you? You do have a filter on. Perfect. That's exactly why. Now it should start populating in here pretty quick, in theory. Maybe. Possibly? Are you? bone meal. I don't know. I don't get it. It needs to go. It needs to work. Why you know populate? That should work. Okay, so we have this. We don't have anything there. You're just extracting everything. You're blacklisted here. You're disconnected from here. Nothing else is connected. I need to remove all of those. But you do have a slot to go into here. And you're on a higher priority as well. You should actually go into this thing very, very quickly. And I don't know why you aren't. Are you stuck on... Let's see. Wait, let me try something. Give me another bone meal. And give me an axe. I'm thinking we're going to have a priority type dealio going on. Basically, what I think is happening, and I could be wrong, but it's continuing to try to send a diamond axe and it can't, so it's never moving on to the bone meal. So if we remove these guys, put the bone meal in the middle, let's just see if that works. We have enough of an axe to handle that situation for a while. I want to make sure the bone meal, it is possible for the bone meal to fill up in here. Can you go up and get me into the station thing? Can you do this? Thank you. Why are you not working? I don't understand. There's trees on the sides of it. Okay. Push, pull. You should be getting sent. I don't understand. What am I missing? You have bone meal here. You have the axe. And you're coming from the same axes thing. Axes and bone meal is what it should be called. I don't know why this isn't working. All logic says that it should. But it in fact is not. Does it not work with that? I don't know. That'd be weird. That would be very weird. There it goes. It must have just taken a while. I don't know. That's weird. That is pretty weird. It's very weird. It seemed like it kicked in right as this diamond axe was needed. As soon as the diamond axe had to be sent, it started sending the bone meal. So maybe it was some kind of an update thing. That was weird. I don't understand why it would do that. But now we have endless bone meal. We should anyway. It shouldn't ever run out. We got bone meal going like crazy. We got trees being chopped down and replanted like crazy. It's kind of a little nuts. Apparently we got some spare parts here that are just kind of... Oh, now it's gone. All right. No, that's fine. I see how it is. And yeah, it seems like things are going... it's going wicked. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I wonder if that's counted as a tree. I'm thinking it's not, but it might be. Yep, it's counted as a tree. Goodbye, saplings. Yeah, it's like chopping down halves at a time. But you see, it is definitely working. It is definitely pumping out a whole bunch of stuff. It's bone mealing everything. That's a pretty quick way to do it. The farming station is a pretty cool little thing. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. But now, yep, it is still keeping it there. We got the axe, which should pop back in. Let's just give you one. I'm not sure why one didn't, but fine. Whatever. We'll deal. Anyway, so now that is, in fact, working, and it's pretty cool. It's a good little thing. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So now how much wood do we have? Let's check out our levels, the levels of our things. We are up to 66,000 spruce wood. So we're definitely increasing. We have a lot of spruce saplings. We still have some planks in here. What about our crafting table situation? I think we ran out of all 10,000 of that crafting table. So now... all of this extra stuff that's happening over here that should still be chunk loaded, although it doesn't want to load in. I'm going to have to reload the game, I think, in order to get this to work. Something's going on with my chunk loading or something. I don't know. Something's happening. Let me reboot the game and I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This guy is growing for sure. Everything is over 300. We're almost to 400 in one of them. Looks like the other three are staying the same. So we have three at about 325-ish. 325, 330. We got one that's almost 400 and two that are over 500. So it is definitely going. It is going pretty quick. We got our item dropper here. Everything is all set up here and good to go. That's pretty quick, man. That is pretty quick. Now, what I want to do is I want to keep an eye. Actually, let's go ahead and put those back in my system. Put all of this back in my system. I got to clean up my inventory. But let's see about our spruce wood. We're at 67,000. It looks like we are increasing in wood at the moment. It looks like we are increasing. That may change. There's looks like, what is that going down? Yep, that's going down. All right, we'll see where it's at when I come back because it is chunk loaded. It should continue operating. We should have a very, very super high powered hungry node here in the near future. People are telling me to go to all kinds of crazy numbers. Somebody said 500 and you're good to go. Other people were like, go to 10K, go to 10K. And it's pretty wicked. But Gert V was telling me about some stuff. He was saying that for each 100 viz or aspect or whatever it's called in the hungry node, once it's converted, you get 10 out of it. 10 rooted viz or something along those lines. And also, as it grows, it becomes more difficult to continue growing. So right in the beginning, it's easy to get it up to like 100, right? But then afterwards, the growth starts to slow down over time. And that, I believe, is what he was talking about. Gert, that's what I got from your comment, buddy. So if that's wrong, do feel free to correct me and whatnot. But I think that's what you were saying. I don't know how these things work, but I do know that this guy is growing. He's getting pretty big, and we're gonna let him grow for a while. We're gonna see what happens when we come back. But anyway, that's about all the time I have left for this episode. So if you liked the episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, you want my videos sent directly to you, then don't forget to subscribe. Comment, favorite, share if you feel like you want to. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. We're up to 7,800 levels. How much XP is too much XP? Anyway, peace out, peeps.